far as we could see. Let's find out what's gonna happen for these guys. It seems like Andrea might be the one going first, or no, it's the opposite way around. So we start things off with a Fenrir. As mentioned, Andrea not playing any form of interruption.
No scale.
And so we'll see where his opponent wants to take it from. There are multiple things that you can do. Obviously, without our ice art, a popular combo has been the Dragosack line with a couple of Link Spiders to set up into like an Hit Soul and then SP. But yeah, for now there will be no response. And although Andrea is not playing interruptions, he's playing a lot of going second cards, such as Droplet, Trust, and Talent. So he still has a lot of ways to fight back. And if that can be quite risky against the Snake Eyes, I think that's amazing against Cash.
No, I mean, against Cash is incredible.
Kashtira, yeah, you can do so much with the Talent and, you know, Trust. Even Droplet can be quite good, so... But it is a combo deck, and this could be quite relevant as you have a lot of one-offs when 3 cards are banished face down forever. I think it was a tragedy for sure, but couldn't quite tell the others. And let's see if he goes for a line. Shangri-La is the card that's been chosen, but that's about it. So we probably just see a Kashtira straight up opener going to the standby phase to summon Unicorn from deck. And, oh, unfortunately, Retribution is the card picked off the top from Andrea, who allows this to resolve. I see a Talent, a Bell. Oof. Is it Bell, really? Ah, no, it's probably... Could be the QM. Yeah, I guess they look...
I think QM.
Yeah. Oof, but we start things off with Branded Fusion, and the question is there an Ash? Doesn't seem like it. And it resolves big news for Andrea, who I think has both Droplet and Talent next to it.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty sure.
I mean, not easy to deal with this, but doable.
For sure.
I guess.
Okay, interesting. We go for the Rebellion. And yeah, Albion is gonna be activated. Is there gonna be any response? Because in a new chain, his opponent is gonna be able to go for both Fenrir and Unicorn. But up until now, that's not quite the case. And it seems like he chained the opening. Okay. Into the Guam. Full of pieces. Yeah. And he's gonna resolve now in the new chain the Albion.
I think this is a very good opening from Andrea, especially because now he also has the Talent just in case Gurrado has anything else to stop him. But yeah, he's now going to degrade the Masquerade, gets rid of the...
Yeah, and now the Retribution is not that bad. At least it does something in the graveyard. And yeah, this is where he's actually gonna go for the Fenrir into the Quem. And then using the Unicorn. But are we gonna see the Droplet here? Seems like that will be the case. Yes. Getting rid of everything to actually... Wow. Potentially stop Unicorn and Shangri-La, for example. No, he goes for Fenrir. I think I would have liked, yeah, just choosing the Shangri-La, because the Fenrir at that point was completely useless. hopefully that's not gonna, you know, be relevant for him. And now we get to resolve everything. Yep.
I wonder what is Gurado playing? Just the permanence, I guess, right?
He might have actually Book of Eclipse. Yeah,
okay,
which
yeah,
could be a great way to slow things down. Now we see the Mirror Jade. And most likely that could be used on the Shangri-La, so maybe the droplet will not be relevant, but the opponent is actually gonna read it. Yeah, it's been a while. And now one card only left for
I think it's
Andrea.
talent.
And it is the talent which we knew about. You can see his opponent not too happy about it, and he's gonna go for a draw two. Makes sense. Is he picking up any combo pieces? No, I think he just enters battle phase. Trying to figure out which to attack for over. For now it resolves. And now we see the retribution into the red. For now, Andrea playing really well. Gonna use the Mirror Jade most likely to get rid of the Shangri-La. And could use the red in the battle phase to go for a Chimera afterwards. And yeah, he does. Is he gonna resolve? Yeah, seems
so
like
no
it.
impermanence, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Wow.
No eclipse, no nothing, I guess.
Yeah, for now, not really interested in doing anything. And now, as you can see, he's gonna go for this red. But not gonna be the Guardian Chimera. Gonna be one of the cards that we have seen mostly in the side deck. Which is Masquerade. And now it's where the book might come in. Interesting. And he's allowing it. No. Has to be a book, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And he does allow it. Wow. So, well played by Andrea, who manages to get rid of everything and then also picked up an Adir Servant to have some more gas in main phase 2. We had seen it from Marco in round 2, although in a completely different strategy. And we can see in here debating actually about sending even the Garura just to find something. And he does. So simply Garura, adding back from its grave Maximus, and then picks up a card. Good turn by Andrea. Who now special summons it, and this could be another possible Book of Epic point, but no, not at all. And with this, he can get so much advantage, sending a couple cards off both players' extra decks.
I wonder what the set cards may be, honestly, because they're not being used at all. So no impermanence, and yeah, it has to be a Book of Eclipse for sure, no?
Debatable, yeah. Just a second copy of what he used in the previous turn, so Theosis. But now the grave from Andrea is full with resources, and he's gonna start developing them here. Trying to figure out whether he wants to go for follow-up or... Yeah, sets up his plays, so Preliminary Spirits is set, and now we go for the Titanic Land. Which just gets him a Fallen of Albas for next turn. And yeah, play is now back to his opponent. What's he gonna go for? Okay, we start things off with Birth. Definitely a powerhouse, and he's gonna take some life points right away for the Masquerade. And we do see the Ice Spirits come down right away.
Plays one Albion, I guess, right? With it.
Albalenatus, okay, interesting.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we see Andrea has been playing this deck for
For a
so
while.
many
Yeah.
years, I want to say now.
Yeah, he knows it in and out, so really knows what he's doing.
And yeah, it was the Book of Eclipse. He's gonna pay another 600. And then gonna go for Fenrir. He was really patient with the Book of Eclipse. Let's see if he's gonna pay off. This is great. For sure, great news for him. You can do so much with this. Yeah, even if you get some follow-up for next turn, or you try and push as much damage as possible. Goes for the Rise Art. And I think he normal summoned it. Yeah.
And no, I think he looks good for Gorrado because he may be able to get rid of Andrea's field and deal with that, and then if it really feels like he could also make a Draco sack, but you know, here bring back the Unicorn.
Yeah, you can just use it to add something from deck. Gotta make sure that he doesn't miss anything. A lot of fusions were sent to Andrea Graveyard. And yeah, it was the face down Theosis as to be expected. Take a look. Yeah, he's playing the full copy, so you can still add something with the Unicorn. Although he's not doing it.
But this looks good, honestly, because although Andrea navigated it through it, like, you know, very well, it may be not enough. Is it 2,500 Masquerade? Depends.
Yeah, 2,000 only. So I think he's considering just. Oh no! Instead, changes completely the pace. Just played it safe. Look for a moment as if he wanted to try and push for game. Instead, he's going for a Zeus line potentially. Let's see. Back to it. This is definitely one of the niches cards, which is number 76, Harmonizer Gradiel. And yeah. Interesting choice here. Yeah, the idea is that you can use it to choose a card in your opponent graveyard and pretty much switch it with one of its materials. So you can take away one of these annoying graveyard fusion effects. Which in particular, it seems like it was the Rindram for him. Yeah, so well played in a way, but I think as you can see here, which
yeah, he attacked.
I miss with
He attack over the Maximus
with
with the
Okay, with the
With XYZ,
phasing. Okay,
yeah.
no, because I was afraid he did it with the Fenrir.
No.
Because then obviously couldn't use the effect. And are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Because then okay, he just attacks there. Okay. I mean, doesn't change a whole lot. Just the ordering, and as you can see here, it just attacks with the Fenrir, but it seems like Andrea goes for the droplet just to protect his monster and halve Fenrir. Very patient as well with the card. And yeah, I guess he had a couple of spots in which he could have used it, but yeah. For now, he just thinks that it's better to prevent it as much as possible. And main phase shoot. It's gonna be up to Gurado to decide whether it is the case to go for like a Dark Armed and add back a Birth and then a Zeus or like, you know, some of these lines, or whether he wants to keep his Kashtira monsters around. I think I don't mind it because oof, but if he goes for this, I think he could highly be punished because he can just chain the. He has an Albats. Let's see. Does he have anything in grave? Because if he has an Albats, he can chain it. Exactly. Does he have it? He does.
Yeah.
Oof. This might be a little bit of a slip off because if he still has, maybe he doesn't have the mirror anymore. The mirror jade, but let's see, because he might have banished it with unicorn. Yeah. That's the reason. Okay, makes sense. At least, I guess this telegraphs that he wants to get rid of the card. But I'm not too sold on this. Because I think there were merits to just using that to get rid of the Albalenatus, so that you don't get the search of the branded fusion in the end phase. But maybe you forgot about that because it happened at the beginning of the turn. And as expected, now you see the Dark Arm, which gets banished the Theosis, you get back the Birth. And yeah, you can just get rid of everything. He needs to banish though from grave. Yeah. And to me, it makes sense to just get as much recursion as possible. There is another strategy which is might be thinking about, which is you get rid of a monster because you already have the Birth, and then you get back the monster instead of the Theosis, and I think this might be what he goes for. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
It's close.
You go for the use. Yeah. Okay, the Typhoon. Does he go for the Zeus? Let's see. Still having a think about that.
Yeah, because he special summoned the Kashtira Risart earlier, so he still had the normal summoned, and so he goes for the normal. And yeah, this is exactly what's gonna happen. And this is the only thing that I didn't like about the line, because I think it made a lot of sense to instead go for either the Cartesia or the Albalenatus, just to prevent this ad. The Rindram didn't really do much, so not sure. But
yeah, play is back to Andrea. Throws Fortuna branded fusion, if I'm mistaken.
the main issue at the moment for Andrea is that his extra deck looks something like 4 to 5 cards at max.
Very thin.
And yeah, he needs to find a way to get rid of this threatening field from his opponent. And yeah, this has been as expected at the beginning in the analysis. Very back and forth and grindy match with 20 minutes already.
Yeah, not enough.
Game one. But yeah, And I do like from Andrea that his extra deck sleeves are probably the cards he's afraid to see the most. But let's take a look at this opening. I do think there is a branded fusion. But we start with fusion deployment. Very versatile card. And yeah, we go for the Grand Guignol.
Yeah, game 1 was a very close one, by the way. I mean, I think he tried his way, but here, let's see if he can find...
No shifter, first and foremost.
Which is a good news.
And wow, interestingly enough, we don't see the Rebellion being activated. So it just uses it, not adding any bestials. Maybe he already has the one copy of Saronir.
I said.
But is that really gonna be it? Wow, kind of a weaker opening now from Andrea, who just goes for the Grand Guignol into the end phase search. And yeah, this is not quite what he was expecting. So sets up for next turn, but is this gonna be enough against the deck that going second can disrupt you quite a bit as Kashtira? Let's see. And obviously the face down could be that mistaken arrest. That would be really, really strong. So definitely would keep the hopes alive. Let's take a look at what his opponent is gonna do. And no, okay. So at least there was a plan. It was one of the one-offs that he can search with the Trust, which is the fusion duplication. And just like the name suggests, it's gonna now be activated on branded fusion. And I think his opponent is asking whether he could use Ash, I think. Because he signals something asking to the judge, but yeah, it's gonna resolve. And although he didn't play as he wanted during turn 1, he can now get to a very, very good combo if he's uninterrupted. So,
And now that is why he played it differently. And I mean, I like the way he played it out, I guess. Yeah.
So now the deployment has solved. Discards the Cartesia. And he's thinking maybe about the Quem or whether this is gonna resolve. He doesn't use the Quem. Okay. No response from his opponent. And this is where he could go for the Sanctifier. Let's see what he wants to go for first. An additional step, maybe. Oh, yeah. As expected. The Sanctifier comes down. Is there gonna be a response from his opponent? Otherwise, this could be a quick one. And we do see the gimmick puppet lock completed by Andrea. Very good recognition of what he needed to do, although he didn't open, you know, Branded Fusion or Aluber. And now play can resume. And this will be really tough, because for anyone who surprisingly wouldn't be unfamiliar with this, his opponent cannot special summon monsters for this turn. And this is huge.
Let's see if Curado here can, play around this. And, yeah, he's chaining it.
Let's take a look at these options. Nothing useful at the moment. Yeah, they are all a little late to the party. He could only just grab, an Ash or an Impermanence for next turn, trying to stay alive, but it's very tough to fight back when the combo resolves. Okay, and Andrea sets up for next turn really well. This Pressure Planet doesn't do anything. So, pretty happy to see that being the case.
Yeah, I think here the plan is just to survive, I guess, and hope
Yeah,
that Andrea
but
doesn't sold this one. But
the
going to
problem
be
is
tough.
that you also need to find a way to deal with the Sancfire while staying
Yeah.
alive. Because otherwise, next turn, this is all just gonna happen again. Yeah, and seems like mission impossible. And after a very long game one, back and forth, now game two might be just easier and done on one turn. One face down, that's all. And yeah, the advantage is gonna go through the roof for Andrea, who gets back not only the Cartesia, but can grab either a branded fusion or a branded in red. So many cards, and yeah, this is just so much advantage. And he does grab branded in red.
A lot of stuff from Andrea here, and we may see a quick game two.
Absolutely. He starts things off with fusion deployment. I don't see much that can go wrong. Let me take a look at the side decks once again. Yeah, quite unlikely. Even if that's like a dimension barrier, I don't see how this can save him. Special summoning the Cartesia. Normal
Ooh.
summoning the Alper. Wow.
This may be too much, but once again, here we are about 40 minutes in the round, and time is something that may be considered from our players, especially because we may enter into game 3 very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't really see. I mean, if Corrado doesn't have a Book of Eclipse, I can't think he can survive this turn. Does he play Nibiru?
Yeah. He does, but it's also a card that not necessarily always start against, you know, branded Despia. And yeah, and now we get to the Masquerade. Could just switch everything to attack. And just try and push.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and now finally, even the branded fusion comes down.
Just in case.
And yeah, what a show of dominance in this game too from Branded. Gonna go for maybe a Mirror Jade. Let's see. No. And now, yeah, goes for the properly summoned Rindbram. And we do see the Nibiru though. Wow. Maybe he got a little ahead of himself because this was just gonna be over. And Andrea overextended when he didn't need to at all. And he could get punished severely here.
We said it, that
Wow.
Nibiru may have been the only one keeping Corrado into this game. What a turnaround, honestly.
Yeah, crazy, crazy Nibiru. Also probably the largest token
Ever.
in human history, yeah. No
I mean,
idea how big that token is, but yeah.
I mean, we said it. I think this would have been the least card that Andrea would have been thought of, because you don't really expect it, and I mean, maybe you were just thinking, okay, I'm about to seal this game, but you know, the Nibiru is there, and there's an Ash Blossom as well. So still,
Yeah, you knew about the Ash. It
yeah,
was the card added last turn. But yeah, this is definitely painful in a lot of ways. Because the game was never going to be over. And he does have a talent plus the red. Is he going to go for draw? Or is he going to just take a look at the end?
I think it will make sense to have a look at the end, but
okay, I
yeah.
think he did go for it, but now he's gonna get the Kashtira Scarecrow chained, and the Unicorn goes back. But in the new chain, if he has something to grab back from the banished, good. And he does.
There's a birth.
It's a great one. Birth. So tough spot. Only the red, I think, remains.
Yeah, he's only left with the red.
And I think he's forced to pass, maybe. If he... Yeah. Very unfortunate. End phase gets back the Cartesia. Tough spot. The only good news is that the token, as mentioned, is insanely big. So, depending on the top deck, there is still hope. Because worst case scenario, you know, you can use the branded in red. The problem is you might be forced to get rid of the token as well. So, yeah. This is a great recognition from Gurrado. Goes for Typhon, and yeah, definitely painful. Because if you are Andrea, you really don't want to lose this one out, and you might have given it to your opponent. Because the problem is Chimera is now turned off by the Typhon. And most cards are, because yeah, even the Mirror Jade wouldn't be able to use its effect. And now, the card that we knew about, Birth. Depending on the top deck, could be really good. Worst case scenario, you can always bring back, you know, for the graveyard the Rysart. But now he's locked because he has summoned the Typhon.
Yeah.
So at the moment, he's kind of locked.
I think they're calculating the...
Yeah, the stats.
Yeah.
I think you need to use the Typhon. There is no way. Yeah. No.
Oh no.
What?
What happened? Oh yeah, so they're just calculating how big the token
why
is.
didn't he just... Couldn't he just use the Typhon?
Andrea wanted
This
like
is
this.
game over. Oh,
They are,
wow.
and entering into this game 3, Gurrado will start things off. Yeah, Ash Blossom. Can't quite tell. I also saw an anti-spell fragrance. So, okay, start things off with the field spell.
Solid. Oh, you need to start playing the game a little bit. And we're gonna special summon to defense. Getting the birth. Telegraphing at least another piece of interruption. And yeah, as to be expected, he's gonna banish the Fervir. I tried to take a look, but I couldn't quite tell what the cards were banished for, because that can be super relevant in this matchup. And now we do see the Dracosac combo. Okay, interesting. Disregarding completely end shops has to be expected against Branded. And yeah, this could be the interaction we mentioned where we go for the full line. But he actually goes for the Appaloosa. Pre-materials Appaloosa. Obviously can be very annoying for Branded depending on the opening.
This is already very solid from Gurrado.
Yeah,
and,
for sure. And yeah, debating what to banish, goes for the Unicorn in the end. And 3 minutes remain as he goes for oof. Okay, tries to play the the masquerade kind of effect on his own opponent, and there is the anti-spell fragrance to pair it off. Is there gonna be a Cosmic 2 chain? Because this can be quite risky. What an opening!
Okay, the opening.
But there is the opening from his opponent. What a start to this game. 500 are gonna be dealt to Andrea for every card effect. But the handshake goes, unfortunately, not.